let's get to the big headline of the day, and that is that David Pierce, the Texas baseball coach, is out. Chris Del Conte and David Pierce putting out statements this morning saying this is a mutually agreed upon dismissal, which means David Pierce will get the settlement terms in his contract, and Chris Del Conte now looking for a new baseball coach. David Pierce has done a nice job. seven completed seasons at Texas, 3 trips to Omaha, some better lights in the outfield at Stanford a year ago from going to Omaha 4 times. Had a 3-6 record in Omaha twice. He was 2 in barbecue, but in 21, they did win 3 games. They got beat by Mississippi State, the ultimate national champion that year. And Mark,
do you think he deserved to be fired? Was he reaching his escalators and doing all the things to develop the program to have legs in the years to come?
That's where I think it broke this year. So David Pierce took over the pitching this year, and that was after hiring Woody Williams, a 15-year major leaguer, to be the pitching coach last year. And the year before that, he let go of his longtime assistant, Sean Allen. So you had 3 straight years of new pitching coach, and David Pierce is a pitching coach. I mean, he used to throw batting practice to the Astros when he was in Houston. He's called the pitches at Texas, and he wanted to take over the pitching, and that was a gamble. Now, when he hired Woody Williams, Texas made a big money offer to get Frank Anderson who's now at Tennessee, who will play for the national championship tonight against A&M. Frank Anderson, who used to be at Texas, was on the staff of Augie Garrido when they won the national championship in 2002 with Houston Street. And Frank Anderson said, "Do I have total autonomy over the pitching?" And David Pierce said, "Well, I'll probably want to have and Frank was like, I'm good. I'm staying at Tennessee." So, and Chris Del Conte was the one willing to put out the money for Frank Anderson. And so when David kind of stepped on that deal, he needed to make it go. He needed to make it happen. And it, this past season was the worst ERA they've had since 1999. LeBaron Johnson was expected to be the Big 12 Player of the Year. He struggled, and Chris Del Conte won't make a move like this unless he's done his homework, unless he's talked to the players, the key people involved, to see if the program is progressing in the right direction. And so I think he felt like the plan was starting to break down. And now, if you get rid of a guy like David Pierce, you better have an ace up your sleeve. And I think that's where Chris Del Conte is now betting on himself to be able to pull that ace. And so, I've said, I think Texas fans, I have a strong sense of where Texas is trying to go. And if it works out the way I think Texas wants it to work out, I think Texas fans are going to be like, whoa, okay.
Hey, they have all the money in the world to spend. They can get the best coaches, and the best coaches want to come here.
Well, and that's the thing, Mark, because I'm doing
the coaches don't want to come, their wives do.
Yeah. I'm doing a chat today over on horns247.com, and someone said, why would a guy like Jim Schlossnagle at A&M or Tony Vitello at Tennessee want to come to Texas? And I said, great alignment in leadership.
Value Texas, of good coaches.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're surrounded by great coaches. You're winning the Directors Cup. Texas baseball's been in the College World Series more than any other program in history. And you get to live in Austin.
You get to live in Austin. And you know what? I don't know if it was you or I don't know if it was Sean, but one of y'all used to say all the time, Austin is a place where people come, but they never leave.
Yeah. I said that because I was like in Lubbock and my boss offered me a job in Austin. And I was like, Austin. Everyone talks about Austin. Then I moved to Austin and I was like, Austin. And I've never left. And so, yeah, man, I mean, it's a good place to be right now. And so we'll see. I know people are like, well, I'm not going to say what I know because I don't have it from a level 1 source. I have it from secondary sources, and I'm not going to.
Right. You're not going to blow it up. And
Right. I'm not going to blow it up.
Substantiated.
Right.
I get it. That's a good journalist.
Yeah.
You're a good journalist. I just do the news.
Hey, I mean, but it's, I firmly believe that, Mark, because someone asked me why did Texas lose its way in football, and and I said poor alignment in leadership at the university, starting with the end of the Mac Brown era, and it got crazy. You had Rick Perry as governor. He was trying to get regents on the board to overthrow Bill Powers. There was a little bit of chaos going on. You had DeLoss Dodds retiring. They go hire Steve Patterson basically to fire Mac Brown. He doesn't fire Mac Brown. And then he is forced to fire Mac Brown. And then he doesn't listen to the big money guys about who to hire next as the football coach. He interviews, James Franklin and he offers the job to Jim Mora. Mora turns it down. He ends up giving it to Charlie Strong. And then Patterson gets fired. They bring in Mike Perrin, who is an incredible attorney. And he's the interim athletic director of Texas for a year and a half. He hires David Pierce. And it just wasn't. And then Greg Fenves, the president of Texas, leaves Texas to go to Emory because Emory has no athletics. Like, he did not want to deal with athletics. It's a lot. But you bring in Greg Hartzell. Chris Del Conte is the best athletic director in the country. I said that for years when he was at TCU. I said, Texas, you better hope and pray you can land Chris Del Conte as athletic director, because this guy is the ultimate people person.
You know, the biggest strength of his is the fact that he knows that he's not qualified to be the coach. So he's going to have to go out and get the best one he can get and value their decisions and help them along with their decision-making processes. And getting out of your own way and knowing what you don't know is, I think, one of the most underrated qualities that you can have in anything. Nevertheless, sports. I mean, just be well informed and realize, you know what, I don't know a lot about that. Like, you're an expert. Tell me what's going on. And then by proxy, you understand over a period of time dealing with somebody that really understands. You begin to understand it and be able to explain it the way they do. And all of these coaches that have come to Texas, everyone that I've met, they have pretty much the same demeanor when you meet them. They're calm. They look you in the face. They're confident. You can tell they know what they're talking about, and they just want the opportunity to go and teach it.
Yeah.
And when in any situation, that's a plus.
Yeah. 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 And Jason says, well, first of all, he loves him some Mark Henry. Loved you in the ring. Everybody's going bonkers over Mark Henry. Steven, talking about special guest. Of course, CB, Mark Henry, the legend. And here's the great thing about Mark Henry. Mark Henry, who is everywhere. He's global. And he's doing it all. He is still the down home, earthy guy who grew up in Silsbee, Texas. And you are one of the fellas. And that's what's awesome. I mean, you've got everybody's phone number. You know absolutely everybody. And you have like 2 bazillion social media followers, and you're still the grounded guy. You look like you could step on all of us, but you're the one reaching out a hand to help people.
Yeah. You've been disappointed before. I've been disappointed before. And that's one of the main reasons I'm the way that I am, is because of the disappointment. And I never want to be that for somebody. Like, so when, my mother was that way, we're over accommodating to other people's feelings and wants. And I've learned now in my old age that you can't help everybody. You're just not going to be able to fix everybody. But the people that won't help, if you don't help them, you're part of the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's just simply like, before my phone dies, I'm going to go get my phone charger because we couldn't get on my computer. I don't know what's going on, Chip. You're going to have to cover for me for 30 seconds.
Okay. Go get your phone charger. Mark Henry is on the move. He's going to get his phone charger. And then we are going to talk some Texas football, but keep the questions and comments coming. Yeah. I mean, this is, apparently, Mark Henry's Wikipedia page may have something, I don't know, about a ferret, but the ferret, that rumor is dead. We have settled that. David Pierce let go as the baseball coach at Texas. And you've got the search now on for a new baseball coach. And I guess we will turn our focus to Texas football. I want to get Mark Henry's thoughts on Texas joining the SEC. And Chris, well, before I do that, you got CB asking who are my top 3 candidates for baseball. I see what you're doing there, CB. On the hot board over at Horns 24/7, we said Jim Schlossnagle, Tony Vitello, and Eric Bakich, the Clemson baseball coach. So I will roll with that.